Outer Orange.
Today we're going to be talking about good old Radelina. This is our talking card of the evening. So I'm pretty much going to explain to you guys the ride deck. I'll show you guys the sleeves I'm using. How about the deck itself? So sleeve wise, I'm using these are my ride deck sleeves right now. I use these in a lot of my decks because I kept tossing this back and forth between Flagbrick and a couple other ones. For the ride line, these are the sleeves I'm using. These are actually triple sleeve because I'm crazy. And then for the tokens, we actually have different sleeves. So for the tokens, I'm actually using these Genshin Impact sleeves. They are custom made. At one of the events I went to, they just had these custom made. So these were actually really cool. I also have the Momoki token in a different sleeve, just so I know the difference between them. So that's that. And then for the actual deck, I'm actually using these. These are the WCC sleeves that I was given. I'm trying to remember the name of them. I don't remember the name of them, but WCC gave me these sleeves, and actually the winners will be receiving these sleeves as well. So they're just basic sleeves. They cut pretty well and all that kind of fun stuff. So very exciting. Deck box is this one right now. Because this is a single sleeved, I can actually fit all my cards in this one, including the tokens. But this is, I forgot the name of it actually. Even though I like this, I think it's called like How to Make Friends or something like that. It's an anime, but yeah, very cute stuff. Try quad sleeving. I've never quad sleeving in my life. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Holy crap, I can't talk. So ride line. If you are going the roll route, you need to run this as the starter because guess what? The grade 1 does specify that your starter needs to be Radelina. So just FYI, if you're trying to do some funky stuff, you can't. But pretty much you're gonna go from this into this. This skill says to pretty much call a token, so that's what you'll do whenever you ride into him. So going second, this is really nice, as you can make a very nice power column. And then when you ride to 2, you get to retire a token. You'll retire the same one you call it and then call 2 tokens. So just a little early rush if you're catching the drift. And then on to Radelina at the grade 3. Radelina has a pretty simple skill, to be honest. It says Soul Blast, call 3 tokens. So on his effect, you can just slap down 3 tokens if you want. And then when you're being attacked, specifically when Radelina is being attacked, you can actually sack a token as a way to guard for 5k, and it is not once per turn, so you can actually you can keep stacking them. So say you have a full board of tokens, like say something like this, you can just keep getting rid of them and getting rid of them and getting rid of them and all kind of stuff. As long as they can't be retired, you're usually fine. Anyway, so you want 4 copies of this card. This is the best order, in my opinion. I think this is the best order, so you definitely want to run this. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm just over it. So you definitely want to run this. The reason why is you get a card to hand, a card that you desperately need in your deck. Like it's one of the most important cards in your deck, which is Radelina. Radelina is like your entire engine. So you definitely want to find these as soon as possible. This is definitely something you want to mulligan for. And then obviously the extra 5k on your back row tokens is also pretty huge. So this is like a mandatory. Flyers are funny, aren't they? They really are. So you definitely want to run these. This is like pretty OP. And then going on in, this is where things get not traditional. I only ran 2 copies of the new card, which is the To the Shining Stage. I originally thought this was gonna be like this most broken ass card. I need it all the time, and I just need to run this. And then the more I played it, the more I realized that this is like a big brick because you can only play it order a turn, right? So, and usually you're gonna prioritize this order over this one. I'm not gonna lie. So some people, I've been seeing a lot of lists with 4, so I was just kind of like 4 feels like super excessive, so I cut it back to 2. If you're gonna play an order per turn, this is usually the order you want to play, and then this is like secondary sometimes. It's not the greatest order either. I almost like prefer Soul Body Condensation, as weird as it sounds, but hey, you do you. Thought it was 4 but yeah, so personally, this is just 2. It revives you a card, and then you can call a token to kind of do some little extra stuff. Honestly, it's kind of whatever. Like, you could probably even cut this completely. I'm gonna be real with you, you probably could. I'm running it at 2 right now just to see where it takes me. Next, of course, you want to run Persona. So so this deck's a little untraditional from other decks. Persona in this deck is super massive. Not really so much about the Persona, but for riding a grade 3. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, in case you do decide to build this variation, you 100% want to see Persona pretty quickly, and you'll know why in a little bit. But yeah, that's Persona. We already know how Persona works. The other reason why I want to see Persona is because this deck goes through Soul like crazy fast, so you just want Soul, so you definitely want to see Persona. And Chalice won't really help too much, but it's not terrible. But that's our boy. This is the new card. This is the new Radelina that just came out. This is the grade 3 Radelina. She is extremely good, and actually this is kind of the powerhouse of the whole deck. If you just never reveal these cards and just kind of keep them in your hand, you can do some funny stuff against your opponent because they'll never see it coming. Her ability to attack activates from hand, so you can do all your attacks and your opponent is like, oh wow, they're done, and then they're like, oh no, there's more. So this card's pretty funny. Since this deck, the way I'm running is more towards the Hyro engine, drive checking these is like super ideal. But yeah, you'd be surprised the things you could do. with this card. This card's massive. If you need the full effect, pretty much at the end of battle, your Radelinda attacked, which will usually be the grade 2 Radelinda, but it can be the grade 3 as well. Usually it'd be this one, but you can actually do you can do it herself as well. So at the end of battle, one of these attacked, you can get rid of a Momoke token, get rid of this, and then she comes out from hand, and then she gets the power of your Momoke token. So in case you guys don't know, you want your Momoke token to be as big as possible. See, this is when all the weird stuff starts coming out. So I run 4 copies of the Rotting Usopp Dragon. You might be asking yourself, why in the world am I running this card? Your hand size is usually kind of dog shit. I don't know how else to put it, but your hand sucks. Your hand sucks ass. And so the way I like to play it is that I like to get these into my drop zone as fast as possible, and then I'll just keep recalling them, and then I'll sack all of them, and then I'll just keep recalling them, and then I'll sack them again. The only downside to this card, of course, is the fact that you need to persona ride, and also you can riding to your normal ride line grade 3 will also get it to activate, but that means you have to have a couple in your drop already. No shield only attack, exactly. No shield only attack. Well, the funny part is, like, you would think that they're shieldless cards, but ideally you want to just discard these for riding up. Because you rather discard these, right, than your other stuff, right? So you might as well just discard these. And then when you high roll into your grade 3, you just call them all out and then use Momoke's skill to then sack all of them, and then you just get a ton of power on him. So honestly, I think it's ideal. And because it lets you not have to use your hand to keep sacking for him, because there are so many situations where you're gonna have him on the board and your only out is to Soul Blast and call these guys out, call out tokens off of this, or you start using your hand, and you never ever want to use your hand unless it's to call Radelindas out. So personally, I think this is a great staple, and actually I'm still debating. I'm debating if I want to run like mill cards, like aggressive mill cards, to get this out as soon as possible. It's still something I'm testing with. So I think that this really helps the deck. However, it's a little high roll because you have to place a grade 3 in order for this to activate. So if you have 2 and drop early, well, guess what? When you ride, these come out, and then if you persona ride, they will come out as well. It's just more grade 3s with no shield. I mean, just ditch him. Just ditch him. Goodbye. I mean, this was originally my slot where the orders were. Like, I had 2 grade 1 orders in this slot, and then I had like 2 grade 1s or something in this slot. Like, it wasn't like my shield was like that great to begin with. But it's okay. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. I got fixers for that. It is funny with Bad Bouts. You are correct. Going into the grade 2s, we have the grade 2 Radelina. So this is the old Radelina that was already out for a while. This one says if you do not have a Momoke token, you can counter blast and get a Momoke token out, which again is this little creature. This one is for free. This one is not for free. Just something to keep in mind. And then on attack, you can Soul Blast and copy the Momoke token that's behind her ability, and then it's our ability, sorry, power. So she becomes very beefy. So you can copy the Momoke token's ability power, and then go into this one, then instantly copy that Momoke token's power. As you can see, it's kind of like a stacking effect. So it's actually very nice. Very, very useful. So pretty much that's all she really does. You want to see this card as early as possible, and you definitely want to mulligan for this as well. This is very important. Yes, they are SPs. I bought them back when they were cheap, so they are no longer cheap, but I did not buy these for the crazy prices that they probably are now. So that's that. Next, I run, this is the Candorelia whatever card. This is kind of like a weird slot for me. I'm still debating if I want to keep these in. This might turn into the grade 3, but I don't want that many grade 3s. But I have been thinking about, just for soul issues, I have been thinking about running this over this one because they kind of do the same thing. However, you usually want tokens on the board, and this is a really good early attacker. You can have like something like this on the board, and then you can have the Momoke token back here, and then you have your Vanguard. You could swing, and then you'll get 2 more tokens, and then this will swing, and it's just a really good grade 2 turn. So I kind of like them, but I'm not like 100%. Should you become Mushroom in 2 weeks? Yes, I think this is a very replaceable card, and I do think Mushroom is definitely probably better. So this is definitely probably going to come out, and probably the weakest part of the deck. Now here comes more spicy sauce. If you guys thought the grade 3s were spicy, here comes extra spice again. So I run 2 copies of Coffin Shooter. Yes, this is indeed Coffin Shooter. And you might be asking yourself, why in the world are you running Coffin Shooter? Again, because this deck has a rear guard issue. You have a draw issue. So guess what? Use your drop zone. Just use your drop zone. So again, you can play one of these and then instantly just bind one of them and call one of these out. So I've been running it. The only thing that's awkward is because right now I'm running less of these, I won't always see this condition happen, but there's only just 2 of them. And the other thing is, say you just get it early, you can early call it out to the board, swing with them, and then intercept with them, and then use them later in your drop zone. It'll get you a rear guard on the board pretty well. And you know, once you start getting towards the late game, I feel like Raroa falls off. So this is like a good way to get a rear guard on the board without doing too much. Coffin Shooter Gas. That card that was in Dragon Tree. Yeah, I mean, this card, I think this card's pretty good. So The Soul Blast can be a little awkward, but again, it was originally these, and these are also Soul Blast. So as you can tell, Soul is kind of an issue in this deck. So that's why, since we do have a Soul issue, I run one copy of this chick right here. This is the Blooming Petal. Oh, sorry. This is the Blooming Petal. It says if you don't have Soul on place, bring two Soul in. No, what is this no that I'm getting? I'm not the craziest fan of this card, to be honest with you. I don't like this card, but you hate her? Oh, you hate her? So like I said, I'm not a fan of this card. I don't like it too much, but every matchup, every testing game that I've done so far, she has come up, and it's always been situations where I need her most. So this is the emergency button. This is one of the emergency buttons. So you can actually run more. You can technically run like 2 copies of her and like maybe 1 copy of this, and you'll be fine. Or you can replace these and make them into her, all that kind of fun stuff. I personally am pretty aggressive with my Soul, so I run out of Soul very quickly. So this is definitely the way out. And if you guys don't know, Rolinda, the grade 2 Rolinda, or Radelina, so I don't know why I'm calling her Rolinda, but she's a Soul cost as well. So yeah, you really go through Soul pretty fast. If you're not Persona writing, you're going to be very, very stuck, and you're going to be doing a whole butt ton of nothing. So I run her. Grade 1s are pretty simple. It's just perfect guards. This can be the Blitz, of course. So if you want to make this a Blitz, it can be a Blitz. I used to run this. I took it out. I was thinking about Abduction. I took that out. And I'm thinking about this for that early aggro mill, but I'm undecided. So right now, I'm just keeping it like this. So you definitely want 4 heals. They're pretty... Let me move my stuff. So I think, you want 4 heals. I think regular heals is fine. If you want to experiment with other stuff, have a party. I'm not going to stop you. And then next, I run the emergency button 2 critical triggers. These are the Soul and crits. So in case, again, you don't have Soul, this is your other emergency button to get Radelina's skill to go off. But that's it. No more crit triggers after that. That's right, baby. We're running draws. We are running draws. First, we run the 10k draws because you need to see your pieces. Then we're running another freaking draw on top of that because you need to see your pieces. And you think it stops there? Oh no, we got fronts too. We got fronts, baby, because why not? Extra shield, and you get to just massively push your front row. So this is how I like it. And then of course we got the OT on top of that, so don't forget about that. So something I talked about recently with someone that also plays quite a bit of Aurora, but he was telling me that crits are actually not the way, and I actually agree with him. I think pushing with crits can actually hurt you, especially early on, whereas you really need to see your combo pieces pretty ASAP. You need to be able to make your Momoke token like as huge as possible. You want this to grow like super, you want this to be fat as hell. You want this to be the biggest thing ever, because when you go into the grade 2 and the grade 3 Radelina, they're going to be massive, and they're just going to be swinging for such big numbers that it's pretty much a crit trigger at that point. So instead I run fronts, so that way there's not just pressure on the Momoke token, but also pressure on the Vanguard. So when you usually swing with Vanguard first, because then you could put the trigger power in the Momoke token as well. But so you say hit draws or heals. So when you swing with the Vanguard, you're forcing your opponent to awkwardly guard already, and then you'll have your rear guards if they get the fronts that are going to be massive. They make Rolinda bigger, by the way. And then on top of that, you have the Momoke token on top of that. So I think fronts in this deck are just actually insane. I actually would consider taking these out, but because of the emergency button, I'm keeping them in. And like I said, it's just 2. And then obviously heals are pretty OP, and then we have the Starkeo OT because it's the Stukeo OT, and that's pretty much it. That's my little deck. Honestly, like I recently made this change, like all these changes, like where I put in the grade 3 guy and I put in the Coffin shooter. So I haven't tested this variation as heavily. I tested the more boring or the more basic version, which ran the signpost and ran these guys pretty much, and ran ran these orders at max copies. That's the only changes I did make. I almost considered this card. Its skill says when your rearguard attacks if it's the first battle of this turn, that unit gets 5k. So you could put this behind Vanguard Circle, and then you can give them a Momoke token the extra 5k ideally. But the room and space is kind of awkward, and usually there'll be a token behind Vanguard anyway, so it just feels weird to replace, but I don't know. This is, so fun fact, guys, in case you guys don't know, I always use character sleeves on everything, and it's not because they're character sleeves, but it's because I can't tell from up to down, ever. So I always use character sleeves for that very reason, because when I use sleeves like these, I don't know which side's which. And I'm just dumb, and I just can't do it. I don't know how others do it, because I just can't do it. So that's actually, literally my stuff will be upside and downside and in every possible way, so it's pretty bad. Anyway, Mulligan wise, this isn't the greatest one, but it's okay. We'll just roll with it. We went first. Oh my god, it just gets worse. We'll drop the draw, because we don't need it. And we'll go into the Great Uno and then use the Great Uno's effect to go and get ourselves a token that we'll just call back here. So please focus. There we go. There we go. And then our opponent goes, we'll just, no, my Coffin shooter. And then it's our go. Oh my god, why do I keep drawing triggers? And then we'll pretty much retire this and then call 2 more. And we'll probably call it like this. So we'll probably do it. This is the setup here. Yeah, apparently I'm not checking any triggers. That's that. And then we'll obviously call her out, and then we'll counter blast, get our token out, and boom, just like that, we can have like a nice little, this little tech pattern here. I don't think we're gonna do anything crazy yet. We'll probably just swing in. This would have been nice to have in hand. And then that way, and then we could go this way. And nothing too crazy here, just some beating. You could technically like retire to make this bigger, but we don't really have a good hand for that. And that's my opponent's turn, and oh, we get to heal, yay! Now our Coffin shooter is in there. And then now it's our turn. Oh, okay, I see you. Deck. Going back. Let's go back strong. Oh, whoops. I wrote into the wrong one, my bad. Anyway, so now we can play this guy. Yeah, we can play this order, counter blast, search for Radelina. We did go first, so we don't have the ability active for her, but we can just add her to hand anyway. I just realized that I'm making no room for y'all to see what's going on. Retire. Oh yeah, you're right. Goodbye. Thank you. So we'll grab this. This goes away. It'll be back in a second. And then, let me think. How do I want to do this? I guess we'll just go ahead and... trying to think how I want to do this. I think we'll just Soul Blast here to call 2 more tokens. So we'll get our tokens. And then we'll probably retire 2 for this effect. So we'll stack this guy back here. And then we'll just call this out. They're on grade 2 right now, so they are 10k base, so this will still apply. And I think we just swing in here. I think we're just fine with just this. So he has a little bit of power, so we'll use an undefined ghost for power. And then we also have 5k off of our order here. So actually he's a bit bigger. So that's how much he is. Because it is all tokens, right? Yep, all tokens in your back row specifically. So that means this guy back here has a little bit of power too. So there we go. And then up to you in terms of pattern. So I actually, because we do run the fronts, I'm actually going to swing in this way and hope that I don't screw myself here. So check 1 and then check 2. Ugh. We don't know what they did there, but we're just going to go swing in with her. And then we're going to go swing with the token. And then the token will be 520. And then we'll use her effects to go ahead and copy the power, and then we'll swing with her for the finisher, and then this will go away and we'll get 2 more tokens back on this side, and then it is our opponent's turn. And then we could probably take a damage somewhere. It kind of just depends on what they're attacking us with. We can obviously sack these during, like, this will be 15k shield right here, so we'll probably sack. We'll probably take like a little bit more. What the hell? It's the order just doesn't like me today. All right, sure, order. I don't like you either. Anyway, we'll probably guard a little bit here as well, and I think we can call it there. And then it's our turn. We got another one of these, and we'll Persona Ride here. So Persona Ride drop. I just realized I haven't seen a single copy of that grade 3, and I'm crying. I'm crying teardrops. They're all at the bottom of my deck, and I'm just sad now. Anyway, so we'll Soul Blast with his effect. How do I want to do this? We're actually going to use this effect first. We're going to counter blast. We're actually going to retire this. We have another one. So we're going to search out another copy of herself. I can't believe I didn't see a single copy of that grade 3. I'm actually tilted. It's fine. This is, I blame my shuffling. And then we'll just call her back out. We have the Mooka token already. Actually, I could have just sacked the Mooka token. It doesn't matter. I already did my play. And then we'll Soul Blast, get our 3. Ooh. What's my hand looking like? It could be better, but it's okay. We're on a Persona, so let me put the Persona Ride 10k up. Honestly, I'm gonna sack all 3 of these for his effect, so that is plus 15 on him. Oh my god, that's 7. Those are high. What the hell? Ooh. So he gets plus 15, and then we'll probably just call 1 here. And yeah. I think we just, it's kind of awkward, but I think we're just going to roll with this. It would have been nice if I had those grade 3s, but I don't have those grade 3s. Oh yeah, that's right, I have Coffin Shooter. Rise River. He has an additional 10k as well. Yeah. because he has the additional 10k off the effect. So I think here again, we're just going to swing Van. Do our checks. Hey, there they are. And then we're going to go ahead and swing this way. And then we're going to go ahead and swing this way. And then we're going to carry the effects over to her again. So now she got big. And then after this goes through, we're going to go ahead and activate the ability here. We'll sack this and this. So then bring out this one. And she has... her full effects is 23, 38, 48. And then we'll finish off with her. So that'll be the final turn there. And then it's our turn again. I mean, it's their opponent's turn again. And we hit a front, so we're cool like that. And then we'll take another one. Oh, we'll hit a double front. We're extra cool, actually. There's those fronts I was looking for. And then if we really need to, we could PG too, if we really want. So that's great. But chances are our opponent is not breaking through any of this, because everything is plus 33. So unless they retire, they're doing absolutely nothing. So now it's our turn. But here comes the... oh my god, top deck Persona. Let's go. Let's go. We're gamers. Even in just normal play, we're still gamers. Guess what? My one copy is coming to use now. Just the one. And then it's main phase time, so we'll call hi. Get a free token. What free token? Yeah, I do get a free token because main phase. Oh yeah. Persona. The Persona that is OP. Hello, hello, welcome in. Such free advantage. We'll probably leave this side alone. Actually, so for his effect... I'm just thinking. For his effect, we can actually get rid of both of these. Stack him here. And then we can obviously call this one out. Leave that there. And then, this is our last turn. I'm gonna just say screw it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just say screw it. We're just gonna go into battle here. We're just slam and dunk now. Oh, hey, there's those. Hey, oh, another front. Let's go. Front trigger. There is a ban that's coming, yes. Now I'm going to probably actually swing this way. Put this into soul. Stack the extra 2k. We'll just pretend this is a 2k over to this guy. He actually has more power because he has the order power on him too. So we're going to give him 2k and everything, and then we're going to swing with him. And then we're going to swing with her, and then we'll use her effect to then pass all this power to her. So she is 10, 20, 30, 32... 42, 52. She's a big girl. She is a big girl. And in case it's not over yet, your opponent's thinking, oh my god, there's no possible way. They're holding a Rolinda. There's already one on the board. There's already two in drop. There's no way. Oh, but there is a way. Here I go. Ha-boom. Ha-ching. Ka-chow. That's how you win with Varroa. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome Bastra. Welcome in. And that's just how it is. They just don't see it coming. There is a ban that's coming. It's coming next week. December, and that's it. After that, we die. Unless this is the OT on top. Oh my god, it's a heal! Wait, we actually live to see another day? Can I heal again? Oh my god, it's an over trigger! Never mind, I have another turn. We live to see another day. Anyway, that's the little Aurora. Sorry, it's a little scuffy. I tried my best to kind of remember all the skills, but I don't play it as often as I play other decks, and right now I'm focusing on other decks. I focus too much on Flagberg and Zorga. I just have less time for Varroa. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's pretty good to experiment with. I don't think it's super budgety. Actually, I think it's pretty budget friendly. I don't think there's anything in here that's like super costly, aside from probably the draws. Everything else should be pretty obtainable. I don't know how much these are. Anyway, that's a little video. This was mainly for Zen. Well, my little stream. It's mainly for Zen, but I'll also be posting it online as well. For anyone that cares about my wacky version of this build, I definitely went more wacky with it. And I actually want to go even wackier with it. I'm not even done with the wackiness. I finally got the Varroa deck out. I hope Zen you liked it. I know it's a little different from what you're playing. I don't know your exact list, but I know it's different from mine. I still hope you got some insight. I think you're actually more knowledgeable on this deck than I am. So, but I also got the stuff because I like Spickia.
Some people